Hi, Sarah here from Singer's Advice. Well, thanks for joining me. And today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different and answering a question from a Singer's Advice audience member. Now, don't forget you can ask me your vocal question or struggle by going over to singersadvice.com/ask-Sarah, and I'll put that down in the notes after the lesson today. So let's get on, and today I'm going to be answering a question from Joe McGee. So after today's lesson, you will be able to get all the lesson notes. I will put the link in the lesson notes below. If you're a subscriber to Singer's Advice, you will get them automatically. So Joe's question is, I'm having trouble with vocal breaks while singing, combined with the need to clear my throat. Am I doing something wrong, and is there a solution? Well, yes, there is a solution, Joe, and we're going to go through that today. I'm going to break your question into two sections because I think we might be looking at two very different things going on. So we're going to focus first of all on the vocal break situation. So what is a vocal break and what can we do to deal with it? Well, a vocal break is a point in your range around a certain note or notes where your voice cracks or breaks or flips into a vocal quality that you did not desire to happen, basically. So the reason for that is because at that point we need to be doing something different with our voice to enable a smooth transition. We have to shift the resonance. We need to do something different with our vocal folds to enable this to happen. And what tends to happen is people try and keep their voice in a certain register, and as they move upwards, it all goes to pot because your voice cannot work like that the whole way up your range. It has to change. And the best exercises, I believe, to deal with vocal breaks is to take it right back to your siren and working on that siren. If you can siren up and down your range perfectly smoothly without any cracks or breaks, then you've pretty much sorted it out because you know where that shift needs to happen. So when you transfer it to exercises or a song, then it's going to work for you. So before we dive into the siren, I want to just talk a little bit about vocal fold mass. So I think this is really important to get your head round. And from what I've learned and where I come from Estill technique, there are 4 setups, okay? So we get slack, which is where your vocal folds flap around a little bit. Okay, we get thick fold, that really speech quality kind of, sound where you've got that connection is using a thicker mass, okay? Thin fold, the lighter, softer, you might usually use that higher up your range. And then we get the stiff, which we kind of hear that air because the vocal folds are stiff and they're not coming together. So it's worth having a play around with those 4 setups, because I think it's really important to understand that we need to use our vocal folds in different ways in order to create different sounds that we want. And to sort out this break for you as well, Joe, I really think that this is an important thing to really master. Okay, so have a go at that. So moving on to a siren exercise, we're going to focus on a thin fold mass. So I want you to think about that lighter, softer, nice coming together of the vocal folds, but not too, not too much. We don't want thick fold at this point. We want thin fold. And we're going to just siren up your range and down. And I want you to just keep on that thin fold to that. Okay. Now, as you can see, I went up and down. There was no break. Okay. Keeping on that thin fold allowed me to move seamlessly. I did have to do other things with resonance, but I seamlessly moved. Now let me show you what would happen if I started on a thick fold, but I didn't change anything that I'm doing with my voice. Yeah. So this is what would happen to my voice if I didn't transition, if I kept on this thick fold sound. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Bang. I got to a point in my range where there was no way that anything was going to happen. Yeah, I could not get any higher than that. Okay. Now, this is the problem that a lot of people have. They literally get to the top of there and that's it. They have nowhere else to go because they don't know what to do to change it. Okay. Now, let me show you on the thick fold mass, but I'm going to do something different. Okay. So, so what happened that time, I went from thick fold, and as I got higher, I went to a thin fold sound. Okay? Didn't sound like people probably think of a thin fold head voice sound, head voice. I'm doing it like that because I think sometimes chest voice and head voice isn't enough to explain where we need to resonate. Okay, I don't believe in just having a chest voice and a head voice. I believe they're good focus points for resonation, if that's the right word, for resonating. But I don't think we should purely think of them as two separate pieces to the block, because what I did there was I transitioned my resonance, but I also went into a different voice quality. Now, this is important as well. Changing vocal fold mass allows you to use different voice qualities, enabling you to not have a break. Okay, so I went from kind of a chesty speech voice into a thin fold twang sound. Okay, so I didn't lose the power that I wanted. I kept the power, but I just changed the voice quality, and the vocal fold mass had to change because the setup is different. Okay, now this is in very basic terms. Okay, so let me do that again, and I'm going to this time change, but I'm going to not go into that voice quality. I'm going to do something else. Okay, so So as I came down, it was very obvious that time where I switched down, okay? But instead of using twang when I went into thin fold, I kind of went into like just a thin fold sort of heady voice, you know, what we would think of as a head voice, thin fold sound. Yeah, okay? So that shows you the ways that it can work. Now, how This is the hard bit, because some people are like, okay, yeah, I can hear how that works, but how do I get that to work for me? So, as I was saying before, start on the thin fold, see if you can get up through your range and beyond where you thought you could. Keep it really, really light, and this is the key. Keep it really light. And I want you to think about where it's resonating. So even though we've got a nice light sound at the beginning, when you're going from the lowest point of your range, bit of creak there, bit of slack folds. So we're gonna go. Now, where do you feel that resonating? I feel that in here. Now it's moving for me. I don't feel it down here anymore. I'm feeling that resonance in here, yeah, where we call the mask resonance, okay? Or forward placement. In here. You know, I start feeling it all up here. And I also imagine it's there as well, which I think is a good thing to use imagery, thinking of it rising. And as we're coming back down, be careful that you don't let it clunk back down too early. Yeah? So, try that, and it may take some time and it may take some practice, because your vocal folds might be used to working in a certain way and they're just going to flick into what they know at the moment. Okay? So, take it back to vocal fold mass. How do we get the different setups? Yeah? E, 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 E. Yeah, if you can master that, then you've got yourself a really good tool to start working in different voice qualities. And I believe voice qualities and understanding vocal fold mass can totally eradicate breaks. Yeah, you don't need a break anymore. It's not going to be there. Yeah, you can totally get rid of it. So try those sirens. Remember, please start on the thin fold sound, because I think that's really important to get it right first. Even though you might be thinking, but I don't want that kind of light sound, I want that thick fold sound. But as I showed you with the thick fold sound, when you're on the thick fold and you want to transition, you need to learn about voice qualities and how to transition into a different vocal setup, which is a whole different thing. Well, not a whole different thing, but a whole massive topic in itself. And yeah, I definitely advise you to look into that. But start here. So sirening, I would try it on that sound first, the NG sound, then go on to an E, then onto an R, then onto an OO. Practice that, get that right. Then you can start transferring that into exercises. So for example, if you were singing a scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, if you stay, let's do it a little bit higher so I can show you the switch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I switched just towards the end there. I changed my vocal fold mass and my resonance where I felt like it was placed, okay? So that's what I want you to then move on to. Feeling, it's learning what it feels like. It's learning what it feels like for you, because what it feels like for you could be totally different to what it feels like for me and other singers as well. So it's getting to know your voice and how it feels in certain places, okay? So you've got that 1, 2, 3. Now if I stayed in kind of a one place, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now it starts getting, I mean, it's belty, yeah? It's not particularly the sound I want when I'm doing scales, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No kind of visible break, yeah? So in order to get rid of a break, you have to change your vocal setup. And if you don't, the break will remain. And that is the biggest lesson I can kind of give you, I think. And I think it's a really important lesson for everybody to learn. So let's go on to the second part of your question, which was about clearing your throat. Now, I know you've talked to me, Joe, about having acid reflux before, or silent reflux. So this could be to do with that, because obviously that acid coming back up your esophagus, burning your vocal folds, creates more mucus to compensate, and that is going to cause you to be wanting to clear your throat. So it could be down to that. So making sure you're keeping an eye on your diet, what you're eating, what your triggers are, kind of trying to avoid those. See if it makes a difference when you avoid those to how much you're clearing your throat. And just make sure you're keeping hydrated. Make sure that you are keeping stress-free if you can, because that can cause acid reflux, silent reflux. And yeah, it could be to do with that. On the other hand, maybe if you are pushing in your range, that could be a reason, because you could be causing swelling in your vocal folds, again, which causes more mucus, which then would cause you to clear your throat. You could be drying out your throat because you're not using good vocal technique, possibly. It's thinking about, it's going through the process of kind of seeing what it could be and kind of ticking them off. Yeah, let's see what happens. And yeah, just have a go at this. What I've said today about the sirens, going up and down in a thin fold, using your vocal folds in a different way than possibly maybe you're using them. Bring down that effort level that you think you need as you're going up and down that range as well. And I really think that this is going to help you out. So thanks again, Joe, for your question. And I really hope that that helps you out. Please let me know if you want any more guidance. And if anyone wants to go into more depth with eradicating breaks and cracks from your voice, getting that seamless transition up and down your registers, you know, working out how to shift resonance and how to use your vocal folds in different ways, then please check out, you can enroll on my course Bridging the Gap, which absolutely deals with these problems, and there's exercises that are going to really get you on track and get you sorted with having a smooth and seamless transition in your voice. So yeah, you can get that over at singersadvice.com/courses, and you can enroll on Bridging the Gap over there. Don't forget to ask me your questions by going to singersadvice.com/ask-Sarah. I'll put the link in the lesson notes below, and you can also get all the lesson guide from today about all the great things. Actually, some great things have come up today about vocal fold mass and resonance and how we can get rid of breaks, which I think is important for everyone. So if you would like that guide, then if you're a Singer's Advice subscriber, you'll get that automatically. If you're not, why not? Get over there now, where you can get a free masterclass and a free 3-part course on releasing vocal tension at singersadvice.com. Again, I'll put all the links in the notes below, and I look forward to helping you and guiding you in your vocal journey again very soon at Singer's Advice.